Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for AWS Certified Developer Associate. You can download the complete list of AWS based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on Certified Developer Associate is: what is AWS Serverless Application Model SAM and how can it be used? Your answer should be AWS Serverless Application Model is an open source framework for building serverless applications on AWS. It provides a simplified way to define serverless applications using YAML or JSON templates and automates the deployment and management of serverless resources. Our next interview question is: explain the concept of AWS Lambda event sources. Your answer should be AWS Lambda event sources are services or resources that trigger the execution of Lambda functions. Examples of event sources include Amazon S3 events, Amazon DynamoDB streams, Amazon SNS notifications, and API gateway requests. Our next interview question is: what is AWS Lambda provisioned concurrency and how does it work? Your answer should be AWS Lambda provisioned concurrency is a feature that allows you to provision a specific number of execution environments, that is containers, for your Lambda functions. It ensures that these environments are ready to process incoming requests instantly, reducing cold start latency. Our next interview question is: explain the difference between AWS Cloud Watchlogs and AWS Cloud Trail. Your answer should be AWS Cloud Watchlogs is a monitoring service for log files generated by AWS resources and applications, allowing you to collect, monitor, and analyze log data. AWS Cloud Trail, on the other hand, is a service that records API calls and events for AWS accounts, providing audit trails for compliance and security. Our next interview question is: what is AWS Data Pipeline and how can it be used? Your answer should be AWS Data Pipeline is a web service that helps you automate the movement and transformation of data between different AWS services and on-premises data sources. It allows you to define data processing workflows using a graphical interface or JSON definition files. Our next interview question is: explain the concept of AWS Private Link. Your answer should be AWS Private Link is a service that allows you to privately access AWS services using private IP addresses within your virtual private cloud VPC. It eliminates the need for public internet connectivity and improves security by keeping traffic within the AWS network. Our next interview question is: what is AWS Lambda concurrency and how can you manage it? Your answer should be AWS Lambda concurrency refers to the number of simultaneous executions of a Lambda function. You can manage concurrency by setting the reserved concurrency limit for a function, which limits the maximum number of concurrent executions. Our next interview question is: explain the difference between Amazon S3 and Amazon EFS. Your answer should be Amazon S3, that is Simple Storage Service, is an object storage service used for storing and retrieving data, while Amazon EFS, that is Elastic File System, is a scalable file storage service used for creating and managing file systems that can be shared across multiple EC2 instances. If you are preparing for any AWS based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below.